Hello everyone, my name is Neha Thakur. Today in this video I am going to discuss about the ZPU upon ZPD ratio of NMOS inverter driven by another NMOS inverter. So first of all, before moving on to the derivation, I would like to recall some NMOS current voltage equations that you can find me that in the previous videos, the derivation of these equations. So basically for NMOS there are two operating regions. First one is the cutoff region. So cutoff means no current will be flowing, and the condition for cutoff is VGS is less than VT, where VT is the threshold voltage, VGS is the gate to source voltage. At that time there will be no current flow and it is in the cutoff mode. It is in the cutoff mode. Second is the linear current equation. It is mu n Cox upon 2 W by L twice of VGS minus VT into VDS minus VDS square. This is your linear current equation for NMOS. So for linear current the condition is VGS should be greater than equal to VT and VDS should be less than VGS minus VT. This is the condition for linear, and this is the condition for saturation. VGS greater than equal to VT and VDS should be greater than equal to VGS minus VT, and the saturation current is mu n Cox upon 2 W by L VGS minus VT whole square, and this 1 plus lambda VDS factor, it is there when channel length modulation is considered. If channel length modulation is not considered, lambda will be 0, and if it is considered, lambda will be not equal to 0. So this equation is written where channel length modulation is considered. And this mu n Cox W upon L, this is also known as beta. Beta is the transconductance parameter. So mu n Cox W by L, it can also be written as beta. So for this derivation, NMOS inverter is required. So first of all, what is NMOS inverter? See, inverter is always your inverter, whether it is resistive load, NMOS, CMOS, it will always behave as the inverter. That means whenever the input 0 is given, the output should be 1, and whenever the input 1 is given, the output should be 0. So if we look upon the basic structure of any NMOS inverter, so basically NMOS inverter means the transistors in the inverter circuit should be NMOS only, and this is the basic diagram. So here the VDD is connected to the load. So basically load is the pull-up network. Load is the pull-up network, and NMOS enhancement type NMOS, it is the pull down network. So NMOS inverter means both pull up network and pull down network, both should be of NMOS type. So here this NMOS inverter is considered where load is the depletion type NMOS transistor, and this driving transistor is enhancement load NMOS transistor. So how is it working like an inverter? If we look in this, so when Vin is 0, so Vin is 0, that means the enhancement load NMOS will be turned off, and because this Vout, it is already on, because depletion type load transistor means the channel is already there, and in enhancement the channel need to be enhanced by applying some voltage. So because it is depletion load transistor, so in this the channel is already there. The shaded area, it represents the channel, and then Vout will be equal to VDD. And depletion type load transistor, they are also known as normally on. Normally on means they are on by default. They are considered to be on, and these are known as normally off. So when the input is 0, at that time this transistor will be off, and this is already on, so Vout will be equal to VDD. That means it is equal to 1. And when this Vin, it becomes equal to 1, at that time this enhancement transistor will be the dominant transistor, therefore Vout will become equal to 0. That means this is your inverter, because for an inverter, if the input is 0, output should be inverted, that is 1, and vice versa. So in this video, the derivation is about determination of pull up to pull down ratio. Pull up to pull down ratio is written by ZPU upon ZPD, where Z is actually kind of a resistance value and it is equal to L upon W. For an NMOS inverter driven by another NMOS inverter. So basically this will be the diagram in the form of symbols. One NMOS inverter driven by another NMOS inverter. But what is actual circuit for this inverter? It is this circuit. Depletion load NMOS inverter, it is considered. So this will be the circuit for the NMOS inverter. So basically we want to connect two NMOS inverter back to back, like in the cascade form. Then it will be one NMOS inverter driven by another NMOS inverter. So for deriving the ZPU upon ZPD ratio, it will begin with for equal margins around the inverter, threshold is set to V in 0.5 VDD. So for ideal inverter, the threshold voltage is always equal to 0.5 VDD. Why? Because for ideal inverter, the characteristics will be like this. That means from 0 to 1 by 2, and then the value is 1. So from 0 to 1 by 2, the input is considered as low. Till that time the output is high, and from 1 by 2 to 1, the input is considered as high, therefore the output will be low. Therefore this 1 by 2 VDD is known as the threshold voltage. For this case, the threshold voltage will be the voltage that is at the time of transition, or the voltage at which the transition takes place from one value to another. It is the threshold voltage. So at this condition, both the transistors will be working in saturation. So first of all, we should be sure that the transistors should be on, then only they can operate in the either linear mode or saturation mode. So it is sure that when the threshold voltage is applied, at that time both the transistors will be on. Now what is the mode of operation of that transistor? It depends upon the condition. So this is the condition, like whenever we have to find the transistor is working in which mode. So one simple trick is there. You should compare VDS with VGS minus VT. I will make some video on this concept also, how to find the transistor working in which mode. But for this video you can understand that VDS should be compared with VGS minus VT. That is the only thing you are supposed to do. So suppose we are considering this enhancement load transistor. So what will be VDS? It is the drain to source voltage. So basically it is VD minus VS, and VGS will be VG minus VS minus VT. So for this, if the comparison has to be done, let us start from the transistor number 1, depletion load. So what is VDS? This will be the drain terminal and this will be the source terminal. This is the drain terminal, this is the source terminal. How it is written? Because this is your NMOS, and in NMOS the current flows from drain to source. So drain terminal voltage is VDD minus source terminal voltage, it is Vout. It should be compared with VGS, that is VG minus VS. So for depletion load, if you observe, the gate and source both are shorted together, therefore there will be no change in the voltage, minus VT, and VT will be some positive value. So VDD minus Vout, and Vout is 1 by 2 VDD. So it is 0.5 VDD. This value will always be greater than the value of the threshold voltage. So that means this condition satisfies for the saturation mode. So we can say that this transistor number 1, depletion load transistor, it is working in saturation mode. Now if for enhancement mode this mode of operation has to be find out, then again whenever you need to find out the transistor working in which mode, what you have to do, just simply compare VDS with VGS minus VT. So VDS in this case will be Vout minus ground, that is it is Vout minus 0, and VGS will be VG minus VS, and VG is Vn, so Vn minus source that is connected to ground, so 0 minus VT. And for this condition also Vout is equal to Vn is equal to 0.5 VDD, so it is VDD upon 2 should be compared with VDD upon 2 minus VT. So if you want to put which greater or lesser sign, which will come, obviously VDD upon 2 will be greater than VDD upon 2 minus some positive value. Therefore it can be said that transistor number 1 and 2, both of them are working in saturation mode. And for saturation mode the current equation is mu n Cox upon 2 W by L VGS minus VT whole square. In this case the channel length modulation is not considered. What is channel length modulation? I have already made one video on it. If you have not watched it till now, you can go through that once. So this is the equation for saturation mode. So then for saturation mode the equations are written. So this is your basic equation for saturation mode, where K is equal to mu n Cox and W by L upon 2 VGS minus VT whole square. So in the depletion mode now you have to substitute the value. So for depletion mode K will remain same, and W upon L, see because two different type of transistors are being used, then the W by L ratio will also be different for both of them. So because depletion load transistor, it is working as pull up transistor, and enhancement load is working as pull down transistor. So for here you can write K WPU upon LPU, and VGS is 0 for depletion mode. Since both gate and source, they both are shorted, so there will be no VGS. VGS value will be 0 minus VTD. TD here represents a threshold voltage of depletion transistor. So minus VTD whole square upon 2. Similarly, for enhancement mode, if you want to write, the current equation will remain same for saturation. What will be the difference? K will be constant, WPD upon LPD, because the enhancement load transistor, it is in the pull down network, so it will be WPD upon LPD, and VGS is V inverter. Here it is given V inverter, it is equal to V in is equal to V out. So V inverter is the VGS minus VT whole square upon 2, and since VGS is equal to V inverter, so this both the equations can be equated, because the current flowing from depletion load transistor will be same as flowing from the pull down network or enhancement load transistor. So when the equation number 1 and 2, let us say this is equation 1 and this is equation number 2. So when both the equations are equated, this K and K, they will get cancelled. The remaining part will be WPU upon LPU minus VTD whole square will be equal to WPD upon LPD V inverter minus VT whole square, and this upon 2 will also get cancelled. So here WPD, LPD, WPU and LPU are all the width and length of the pull down and pull up transistors respectively, where L upon W ratio is Z. So LPD upon WPD can be written as ZPD, and LPU upon WPU can be written as ZPU. Then the Z value is replaced in this equation. So LPD upon WPD can be written as 1 upon ZPD, and here LPU upon WPU, it can be written as 1 upon ZPU. So this equation can be written as this. And now when both the ZPU upon ZPD is taken on one side, and after simplification, V inverter can be written as VT minus VTD upon root of ZPU upon ZPD. So now if typical values are substituted, like VT is generally 0.2 of VDD. That means suppose if VDD is 5 volt, then threshold voltage is generally 1 volt. So it is some standard values it is used. So threshold voltage is 0.2 of VDD for enhancement and minus 0.6 for VDD for depletion. And for equal margins, ideal value V inverter is taken as 0.5 VDD. So when these values for V inverter, VT and VTD are substituted, then ZPU upon ZPD under root, it will come equal to 2. And when the square root sign is removed, then the ratio will become equal to 4:1. So that means for an inverter directly driven by another inverter, the ZPU upon ZPD ratio is 4:1. It is one of the most important derivations in VLSI. It will also be used to calculate the inverter delays, because see, ZPU upon ZPD, so actually Z is what? Z is the L upon W ratio, and L upon W means it is the resistance, because if you observe the current equation, current is proportional to W upon L. So L upon W will be proportional to the resistance. So if the L upon W ratio is higher, that means resistance is also higher. So that is why this ratio is very important with respect to the transistors and inverters. So that is all for today for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section, and please like, share and subscribe.